Welcome to TNM TV News. I'm Alicia Hyatt, editor of Mining Markets magazine. After being all but abandoned by mineral explorers for decades, the Yukon has come back in a big way over the past few years. The Northern Miner's Western editor, Gwen Preston, has witnessed some of the recent changes in the territory firsthand, and she files this report.
What a difference a few years can make. I first visited the Yukon in 2007. I spent a week touring projects, including the brand new Minto mine, and I left feeling the Yukon was vast and beautiful and probably underexplored, but pretty quiet. In August I returned and the place is barely recognizable. In 2007 it was hard to list 5 really good Yukon projects. In 2010 I saw 12 solid projects and could have visited more. The Yukon is hopping and many believe that these are the early days of a new Yukon gold rush. When you're up there, when you learn the story, it's easy to believe they might well be right. Placer miners in the Yukon have recovered some 20 million ounces of gold over the last 100 years, but few hard rock deposits have been found. In underexplored regions like the Yukon, major discoveries usually stem from regional exploration programs. And up to the end of the 1970s, major mining companies usually took on the challenge and potential rewards of that regional work. But in the 1980s, the majors stepped away from regional work. For quite some time, no one in the Yukon did much regional exploration at all. Then in the mid-90s, a man named Sean Ryan and a geological consulting group named Archer Cathro started picking up where the last big programs left off. Ryan is a prospector. He has no formal training. He learned how to soil sample by peppering the folks at the Yukon Geological Survey with questions. The YGS also supported Ryan through annual $10,000 exploration grants that had to support his work, his wife Kathy Wood, and their 2 children. Ryan Wood Exploration, their company, focuses on soil sampling because the white gold area was not glaciated in the last ice age. So the soils have been in place for more than 10,000 years. That's long enough for gold to percolate upwards from the rocks below. So Ryan walked all over the white gold district, collecting thousands of soil samples. When anomalies arose, he staked the ground and tried to option it. In 2004, 8 years into his effort, he identified the anomaly that, a few years later, led Underworld Resources to its white gold deposit and a $138 million takeover by Kinross. Now, Kaminak is hitting gold at its Coffee project, which is another Ryan anomaly. In fact, Ryan has taken to calling it the King Tut anomaly because its size impresses even him. And Archer Cathro is also enjoying success. Their regional work identified the Rao project, which Attack Resources is now drilling with great success. And Rao is a regional story in itself. The Tiger Gold Zone is exciting, but Attack's latest hits come from a new target 100 kilometers away. A gold rush requires several ingredients: signs of gold, believers, and funding. Ryan, Archer Cathro, and other longtime Yukon prospectors have revealed the signs of gold. Believers are flocking to the area. In the first 7 months of the year, the Mining Recorder's Office recognized 110,000 claims, which is 40% more than all of 2009. And the funding is not far behind. In 2003, the combined exploration budget for all of the companies in the Yukon was less than $30 million. This year, it's expected to top $183 million. The story makes sense. The Yukon's wealth of placer gold had to come from somewhere, and it's pretty unlikely that the source deposits have all eroded away completely. On the Alaskan side, the Tintina Gold Belt has been very productive, and rocks don't care about borders. The lack of regional work explains why these deposits were not found earlier. And there are few places in the world that offer this kind of prospectivity in a politically stable, mining-friendly territory that offers the added benefit of settled land claims with 11 of its 14 native groups. There are challenges, to be sure. Access is still limited and the terrain is rough. Power lines are few and far between and often don't carry excess amps anyways. And the Yukon government is too small to take on major infrastructure projects, so the federal government will have to support mineral development when it comes to that. But for now, the discoveries are real and the rush is on. This is Gwen Preston for the Northern Miner in Vancouver.